Hi, here's my summary from Sunday the 25th of September 2016. As always, this is totally unofficial and unapproved. It's just my own thoughts on what was said and not necessarily supported by what the church might think on the same issues. So, our theme is, what on earth is the church here for? We have two readings. First was from Romans 12. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So through prayer and Bible reading, we allow God to work in us more, His Spirit to be at work, to produce the fruit of the Spirit and have our minds renewed, to not think as the world thinks on things, but as God would think. And Matthew 28:16-20 is where it's towards the end of Matthew, where Jesus is gathering his disciples together and he says, all authority has been given to me, and now go and make disciples of all the earth. So our preacher this morning was Howard, and actually much of his sermon was based on Acts 2:42-47. He picked out some key words from those passages to speak about. So really it's about growing in the fruit of the Spirit, in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness and self-control. So fellowship, we're part of God's family, and the perfect family should be looking out for each other, should be kind, loving, supportive, encouraging. Much like last week's sermon, where we think about how we speak to people, that to our family, are we encouraging to them in their hopes and dreams? Do we speak as God would have us speak to them, lifting them up? Breaking of bread. So that the communion, when we have the bread and the wine, when Jesus did it, here's my body broken for you. Here's a cup, represents the blood that he shed for us on the cross, and really it's a case of, in our daily lives, thinking on all the time, thanking Jesus and remembering what he's done for us. So prayer is about dependence on God, and it's not that we don't take action ourselves to I guess do what we think is the right thing. Howard mentioned in terms of financially being good stewards with money and planning, but at the same time to allow God into every part of our life. I guess it's, if we're talking about money and planning, pensions and things, and against giving and things like that, that we just pray and ask God to come into this. God, guide me. What should I be doing? Give me wisdom. It's not that we ignore the information that's before us about what we should be doing with our money, but we ask God to be involved with that. And it's kind of ultimately engaging God continually in what we do. So awe was another word. It's kind of like awesome. It's like God is amongst people. He's amongst the church, he works in the church. People have stories of how God's helped them, how God's changed their lives. And the last thing I'll mention is praising God. So praising God, it's all about responding to what God has done for us. And as we think on what he's done for us, as we think how Jesus has given us this new life, we're called to respond, to live lives that demonstrate that actually God is at work in our lives, and we're called to praise him. So Sunday coming is a good opportunity to come to church as always, and to hear the sermon in its fullness and the sound notes. Do go to the church website, there'll be a link in the description. And finally a prayer. Dear Jesus, we invite you into our lives this day, and we pray that you would guide us, that your love and your goodness would be at work amongst us, and that would be seen by all people. Amen.